Hello everybody, welcome to the video on completing your plan of study. To do this, you're going to need two resources. First is the list of course offerings per semester for 3 years, and the second is your actual plan of study document. And this can be either the Excel document or the PDF document. Either one of these can be submitted to your advisor for approval. To access these, there are two locations. One, you can use the program website, ccie.ucf.edu/IDT, or what's listed up here, you can for the long version, and simply click on Current Students. And the first resource here is the projected schedule of MA courses, and this is, I've already downloaded it here, and it looks like this. And then the second one is a link to the plan of study. So if I'm in the EdTech program, I scroll down, find the EdTech plan of study, the Instructional Systems plan of study, or the e-learning plan of study. And these are the Excel versions. And alternatively, you can go to the Instructional Design and Technology Virtual Advisor, who everybody is a member of or has access to once they are admitted to the program. Click on the modules and scroll down to the plan of study module. So this is down a little bit. And you see here that there is a projected schedule of courses, and that is simply this document. So if I clicked on it, that would pop up. And then you would simply select which track you're in, and you could complete the Excel document, which I like to use for planning. And then sometimes I like to submit the PDF because it's easier to sign digitally. So I've gone ahead and downloaded these, the Instructional Systems plan of study. And we're going to walk through completing that, or some thoughts for that real quickly. So I'm going to leave this open because I want access to it as I am completing the document. But first, just wanted to highlight a couple things on this document. Number one, a couple important notes. Our instructors and modes are subject to change. We're fully online, so all of our courses will be offered online. But sometimes the instructors change, and we may do a V mode, which is a virtual synchronous, or we may do asynchronous, just depends on the course. And then EME 6417 and EME 6458, either in the e-learning certificate or the e-learning MA, must be taken in succession. So you would take 6417 in the fall and then 6458 in the spring. And then the prerequisites are also listed here for a variety of other courses. You'll see 6209, it's kind of a follow-up to 6507. 6226 here is a follow-up to 6613. And you'll see a lot of courses require 6613 or 6507 as prerequisites. So we recommend that you take those two courses early on in the program, your first or second semester, and then kind of fill in the gap with the others. So let's say, for example, we're in the Instructional Systems track, and we are starting in the fall of 2024. So here I might recommend taking, if you're doing 2 courses per term, I might recommend 6613 and 6507. So I'm going to open my Excel document. I'm going to fill in my name, my PID, all of that stuff. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to type in fall 24 for this, and then fall 24 for 6507. And I'm going to color highlight these just to kind of keep track of how many I've taken each term. Then I'm going to kind of go back, and I might pause. I might skip spring because I see a lot of course offerings. I might look at summer and say, okay, well, 6062 is offered in the summer, so let me take that in summer 2025. And maybe I want to take this 6646 as one of my electives. I could also take my Ed Research elective. So if I wanted to, for example, do the e-learning certificate alongside the Instructional Systems MA, I have these as my electives. So I might go ahead and take like 6457 in the spring or something like that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take 6062 and the 6646 in the summer. So then I'm going to come back to fall in a moment. So I'm going to real quickly go back to my PDF here, and I'm going to say 6062. I'm going to go SU 24, and maybe make this. Let's make it green. And then down to my electives, I'm going to go EME 6646, Cog Neuroscience, and I'm going to say summer 24. and this is 3 hours. And then I'm going to go ahead and make that green. Then I'm going to go back, maybe I'll go back to fall now, just because of the availability of courses. And maybe I want to take 6607 and maybe 6705, maybe take a couple of those courses there. So I have prerequisites for 6705 and 6613, so I'm good there. So maybe take those, or I might take 6055 or something along those lines. So let me just kind of go back to my PDF document. And let's see, fall, let's say 60, well, I mean, I'm sorry, yeah, did I do fall there? I meant spring. 6062, and then I'm going to do 6607. Sorry, spring. So let's do 6055. So, and 6607. So here I'm going to go spring 25, and then I'm going to go down to 6607 and go spring 25. Maybe make this red or something. Let's go blue. And then I just continue this process. So this maybe for next fall, I would want, let's see what's offered the following fall. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the spring now because I've done fall and spring. So I'm doing summer 2025. And I have 6062. I have my EDF elective. And then really not a lot of offerings here, so I might go just take EDF 6481, the Fundamentals of Grad Research. That's one of my Ed Research core options, so it might only take only one course being offered that term. So I'm going to 6481, Fund Grad Research, and summer 25, and I'll make that one red. Now I may have an elective. I might go, let's just go ahead and put an elective here. Let's say IDS 6504. I don't know if it's offered in the summer, but I'm just going to put it there. Summer 25, just for tab 2. But sometimes, you know, you got to map out and say, okay, I only have one course available, so maybe I revisit some things and change things around. So then I'm going into fall of 25. So I simply go to fall. I've already taken 6055, taken 6613, I've taken 6507. I haven't taken 6705. And so I'm going to go ahead and take that and maybe 6346 as an elective. So I'm going to go back here and go 6705, fall 25. And I'm going to make this, let's go with a kind of a brownie color. And then here I'm going to go EME 6346, I think. 6346, correct. Story design for instruction. And this is fall 25. Again, this is 3 hours, 3 hours. And it's kind of that brown color. So then I only have, the only course I have left is 6226, which is the spring, which is offered in the spring of 26. And then I have my, so we'll make that one orange. And then my internship, which is typically only offered in the summer. So we're going to offer it summer 26, and I'm going to make that kind of, let's make that a turquoise kind of color. And then the comprehensive exam I want to take in we do it differently per track. E-learning and instructional, e-learning and ed tech suggest you take it the semester prior to graduation. Instructional systems usually will want you to take it the semester you're planning on graduating. So I'm going to go ahead and put summer 26 here. If I were in e-learning, I would probably try and take it in the spring of 26 term. So you can kind of map out things here, and you can see how many you have. And sometimes you may go, I don't want one course per semester, so maybe I try and tweak some things so that I have multiple courses every semester. Once you're done, you would simply sign it, include your name here, send it to Dr. Harumi or whoever your advisor is for signature. They will forward it to me, and then we'll forward it to Graduate Student Services for approval. Now, if you wanted to do this as a PDF, you can kind of take these items and simply take them to the PDF, and this is a fillable PDF, so you would just type in for your electives, EME 6646, name, and then select the term. And then you would simply go down and digitally sign and then forward. So this has the same information, and I just like to use this as a planning guide and then use this for the submission. Alternatively, you can just submit the Excel document to your advisor as well. Make sure, a couple things here, you're not married to your plan of study. You can revise it. So if life happens and you need to take more or less courses per term or take a semester off for some reason, then you can simply revise your study. Just make sure you submit a revised plan of study. You simply follow the same take your original document, select revised, and then note the revisions that you're making, and then resend it to your advisor for approval. And that is it. Once you're done with this, you've completed your plan of study. The goal is to have this done in your first semester. After the first year, though, you will get a hold on your account, which makes it impossible to register until that hold is taken off. So make sure you do this earlier in your program rather than later. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your program advisor.